Dewey Hammond here with Chester Pitts, offensive lineman for the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
You've been there a few minutes now, since 2002, so you're coming up on what, your 8th season in Houston?
8 years, going into number 9.
Now, 8 years ago, you guys were bad, but you're a team now to be reckoned with.
Yeah, we sucked early on. We were pretty bad. I've come to terms with it. Back then, I didn't think we were that bad, but we were definitely bad. But last year, we had a first winning record, finished 9-7, had our chance at the playoffs, a field goal here, one play there, and we had our opportunities.
Now, winning record and off-the-field scandals, like you guys have arrived to a real NFL franchise now. You've stuck with them.
It's
a little bit of a scandal.
Guy, come on.
It's a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, but he's still got the Rookie of the Year award.
Yes,
but you've stuck with him all those years. You obviously could have had a chance to leave Houston.
Oh, yeah.
So you stayed with them when they were really terrible, bottom of the barrel. Now you guys have a winning record. How does that feel?
It feels great. I mean, it's one of those you always want to stick with it. You always want to, give all you can, and to be a part of, kind of the change or the turnaround. Start at the beginning when we were, as you say, awful and bad, but to become, a solid team, a solid contender. When they changed staffs, they made a real point to bring in a lot more talent to help us out, and we've done a pretty good job. And it's one of those things where this is a year where it's time to put up or shut up and make it. It's that time to make that transition and have some games in the playoffs.
Now, teams that have been in the league a long time, you look at the Redskins and the Giants, they have natural rivals.
Huge histories.
Who do you hate? Who do the Texans hate?
I would say our biggest rival, or our nastiest games, are probably with Tennessee. Every year, year in, year out, they always come down to the wire. Obviously, Indianapolis has beat us more often, so you can't really call it a rivalry when you're like 13-1 or 1-13. So, we haven't matched up very well against Indy. We've only beaten them one time in my 8 years.
Now, which fans talk the best trash to you? Opposing fans.
The Jets fans are pretty ruthless. They're really good. They're almost funny. They're so bad. And the Raiders fans are they're just out of control. I mean, they take it to another level.
Addition by subtraction, though, they are a better team now that they got rid of Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus just hadn't played very well. Whatever the reason may be, he hadn't played very well in this business.
I mean, the knock on him is the work ethic, and you obviously had to put in work to get into the league.
Very true. It's one of those deals where I feel like he had his chance, he had his opportunity, and I just don't think he capitalized on it the way he should.
So would you say it's fair to say it's tough for you to feel sorry for a guy who had so many opportunities and still couldn't come up short?
Absolutely. When you're the first pick overall, they're going to give you every chance and every opportunity. And in 3 years, if you don't kind of take the step, they're going to move on.
Can you share an anecdote from early in your career when you were, far from a surefire roster guy, when you were like really busting your ass to make it in the league? Can you share a story where you felt like you were just getting beaten down, something that built character?
A really good one was when I actually walked on to the San Diego State. All those guys were highly recruited guys. They all went to big-time high schools. I never played ball in high school, and I worked at the grocery store. I was a bag boy. So, the audacity of me to think that I could walk on to a Division I team, it was tough. They didn't make it easy on me, but I don't know how hard I would have pushed if I didn't have the extra juice for them saying that I couldn't do it. And found a way to make it.
Was it when you were in the Super Bowl commercial? Was that the point where you sat back and said, "Holy shit, I did it! I made it"?
How about that? So yeah, that was one of those things. There's one of those moments where it's like, wow, I've really done something cool. I've done something important, done something special. So it's all been a gift from God, and it's all been a blessing. And I've just found a way to stick with it and continue.
Well, thank you for your time. Let's just close out. Show some love to the Houston Texans fans out there.
H-Town, I love you, baby. Sign me back. Hurry up.
Take care.